wished. At this time of the year, every year, I am super excited all the time, because when the odd semester is about to start, this is the time when I have to prepare for one of the most interesting subjects that I've ever taught in my life. And it is called Value and Ethics in Business and Corporate Social Responsibility. Normally I teach this subject to students who are in semester 3 of BBA, and normally the course would start in August. So we don't know what time would it start this time, but I hope that I'll be face to face and I'll be in a position to teach you this subject in your classrooms. Otherwise we will do it over whatever app suits best to us, maybe Microsoft Teams or whatever. But why is it that this subject is something which is close to my heart? It's very, very, very close to my heart. In fact, I think this is the most important subject that is taught to the students of business studies or to the students who are going to become lawyers. What is ethics? What are values? Values are long-lasting beliefs which you hold very dear to your life. Value is something you don't want to change every day. Whenever you are in a situation where you have to decide what to do and what not to do, you rely upon your values to take a decision. Values could be inborn. Values could come to you from your family, from your friends, from your teachers. But once values are formed, it is difficult to shake off those values. Let me explain a bit. Think of Mahabharata. Think of Pitama Bhishma, the character who never married and who had taken a vow that he will never marry and he will always be loyal to the throne of Hastinapur. To him, the greatest value was to stick or to adhere to the pledge which he had taken. That was his biggest value. When he was faced in a situation where he had to choose between fighting for forces which were representing evil or to join forces which represented dharma, he chose to fight alongside the forces of evil. The great man Bhishma. Why? Because his overriding value of life was that he will not break his promise. That was his value. So this value took precedence over the other value of always fighting for dharma. So it is not very simple. In life you can have situations where you are faced with two values. Both values are good. Which value do you choose? This brings us to the question of ethics. What are ethics? Ethics is a way the values are played out. Your behavior is reflected by your personal values, and your professional behavior could be reflected in your adhering to the ethics or the norms of your organization. It's a very, very interesting subject. What if an organization had no ethics? What if it had ethics of being truthful and honest, but if it was faced with a situation where it had to bribe somebody to gain a contract? What would the organization do? When you are faced in such dilemmas, organizations also have their own codified values or ethics which help us to take a decision. When you are working for an organization, your organizational ethics could take precedence over your personal values. It's a very interesting subject, and perhaps you will realize the importance of this subject once you go higher up in your life and you achieve position of significance leadership. This course has many good things. Let me read out. Unit 1 is concept of values, types and formation of values. What are different values? There are instrumental values and there are terminal values. Have you heard of them? We will explain. There is unit 2 which says what is knowledge and what is wisdom. What should a leader have? Should he have more knowledge or more wisdom, or should he have both? Very interesting. The unit also, it explains to you the concept of dharma and karma yoga. Vedanta. What is Vedanta? What is very few people know. Have you heard of 3 important books The Upanishads, the Brahma Sutras and the Bhagavad Gita, these three combine form what is called Prasthan Treyi, the way to achieve salvation in life. This is taught in the subject. You may not have heard about these things, or you may have heard about these things in passing, but you would be interested to know what it is. This subject also teaches you what is meant by progress, what is meant by success, what are the factors of success. Okay. Also tells you transformation of organizations. How are organizations transformed ethically? The fourth unit is about corporate social responsibility, the buzzword today. If you will recall, as per the latest act on CSR, which was enacted around 3 years ago, a certain percentage of profit for all companies who have a certain turnover, it has to be earmarked for corporate social responsibilities. So I am very excited about beginning this journey with you. I want to handhold you, I want to teach you, and in the process I want to learn more about values, ethics, knowledge, wisdom, progress, success. I hope you will join me in this exciting journey, and I hope to teach you in class, and if not in class, then digitally. Thank you and God bless.